Madonna Plays Tulsa, which proves anything is possible, including New Year's resolutions. So if yours is to get outdoors, then this week's Explore Tulsa has the gadget for you.
Then a tight fit.
Followed by Play to Learn.
Plus a great place for sharing in 2016.
Hi, I'm Stevie Fernandez.
And I'm Trish Whitmer. Hello, it's good to have you with us for this week's Explore Tulsa. Now, Stevie, are you an outdoorsy man?
Last time I spent any time outdoors this time of year was last week waiting for the Madonna concert at the BOK Center.
Oh, that's right. You're from that time period.
I have, you know, Madonna's a few years older than I am.
Yeah, but she's still rocking.
I'm rocking too, Trish. You just might have to see me use a few more gadgets than before.
For those who want to really rock the outdoors, the Gadget Company on 15th Street is the best place to gear up.
Being in the outdoors to me really just, I love the peace and quiet, and especially when you're out there early in the morning. I love waking up with nature. I mean, it's just so relaxing, and when you're up kind of before everything else starts to move in the woods or on the water, it's just, there's just something about it that, I don't know, just feels pretty natural to me and gets you back to a simpler period in time. Gives you a lot of time to think, which is kind of nice. This is actually my first experience in retail. I've never did any retail in high school, college, anything like that. I worked for a local company here in Tulsa that was in the oil and gas industry, and I did some governmental and environmental compliance work, and it just wasn't my thing, so I wanted to change a pace, and apparently I changed it a lot. The Gadget Company's been around for 30 years. Jerry Parkhurst founded the store. It was originally in Utica Square, and in the past 7 years it's been down here on the corner of southeast corner of 15th and Boston. So it was just, this store is everything that Jerry liked to do when he was, I mean, he's been growing up since he was my age, you know, so it just gave him a great opportunity to share that passion with everybody else and bring these great products to Tulsa. So it was pretty scary, I mean, because I quit my job early, came down here to start working, to really start understanding the business better, because I'd never been in retail. But yeah, it was definitely scary. I didn't know, because we didn't close the deal yet, so it happened if if it didn't work out, then I would have had to go back, try and find another job, but if you don't take the risk, you can't get the reward, so. A lot of it, I have to give a lot of thanks to Mike, the manager. I mean, he's truly picked out a bunch of great products and great product placement of where we want stuff in the store. So you're always optimistic, right? If you go on a hunting trip and you want to be able to provide for yourself, but you got to prepare for maybe that you're not going to have food every single day. So I would say it would be a good idea to pack food with you, unless you're really, really confident in your abilities, and then you're not going to eat until you actually are successful on your hunt or on your fishing trip. You always want to be prepared. Just what so happens if you happen to get lost or you happen to get stuck somewhere, just have the proper tools that are necessary to make sure it's a safe and enjoyable adventure for you, or you and your friends, you and your family. Or you can always take a dog with you. That's what I do. I take my dog with me everywhere I go. So just always, I would say always just be prepared for whatever could possibly happen. Depending on where you're going, it's all different, We actually have these new things. They're actually right here, these survivalist tubes. So inside of it, you have everything that you would need for if you were to break down anywhere. I mean, we have the light for an SOS, and then the inside of it has has a compass. You just keep pulling out, so it starts out with a candle, and that's one of these candles. So if your car were to break down in a snowstorm, you could light this, and this would be able to heat the whole inside of a car for a while. So the next one, so then you have things like this, like a fire starter with a mirror on the back of it. And so it just has all these different canisters inside. I usually take this thing that we sell. It looks like a French coffee press, and you literally just fill it up and you push it through like that, and then water shoots through the filters, and then it's good to go. Every man needs a knife, at least one, right? And when some guy always comes in and says, "Man, I have too many knives," and I say, "That's a lie. There's no way you can have too many knives." A lot of the automatic knives now are very popular because they're now legal in Oklahoma to carry. And then all the Yeti products. They're high-end, the cups keep ice for days. I mean, we've had people come in that said that they didn't believe it, so they bought it, and then came back 3 days later when she still had ice in her cup and bought 4 more. So we're the only Orvis dealer in the state of Oklahoma. So we can carry all of Orvis's products, fly fishing, clothing, hunting, outdoors, anything. What I love about this store and everything that goes along with this, I love meeting new people every single day. I mean, we have customers that come in and they've never been in here, and just to see the look on their face when they come in, they're like, man, I wish I would have been coming in here for a while. And to be able to help them find something that they enjoy to use and love, and they'll come back and tell us, that we really appreciate all your help with this, and this has been one of my favorite things I've ever bought. So just seeing the joy on people's faces really is great.
JP has some really cool things at his place, and they also teach fly fishing. Got one.
Never mind. To learn more about JP and the services they offer, visit thegadgetcompany.com.
Got another one. I'm getting pretty good at this fly fishing.
Mr. Gadget here is never gonna get it, but luckily we have another Stevie at Explore Tulsa who's a little more savvy when it comes to creative ingenuity.
Oh, you're talking about my son, Stevie. He is a chip off the old block.
And recently, our Explore Tulsa editor and photographer has become somewhat of a celebrity in the car world.
And we'll show you how he achieved internet fame when we return with more Explore Tulsa.
For over 33 years, Video Revolution has been Tulsa's headquarters for all the best name brands of cutting-edge electronics. The experts at Video Revolution can put it all together for that ultimate home theater experience. Video Revolution on the northwest corner of 71st and Lewis for Tulsa's best team of qualified sales, service, and installation technicians.
John Erling with Voices of Oklahoma. Our great state has been home to countless individuals whose place in history has been earned through each of their many accomplishments. Voices of Oklahoma's mission is to preserve their story in an oral history presentation like none other. Accounts direct from famous Oklahomans, political figures, and many others who have left their indelible mark on the development, history, and future of Oklahoma. So please, treat yourself by listening to those who are the voices of Oklahoma.
Hi there, and welcome back for more Explore Tulsa. Now today, it's easy to keep up with friends and family with all the pics we take on our phones and post on Facebook.
I have a couple of doozies of you, too.
Stop it! And most of us get even as much as 100 likes or comments.
But one of our Explore Tulsa photographers recently found pics of his car and motorcycle getting over 40,000 virtually overnight.
And it all started with an idea he had to take a little trip to Norman.
Well, I'm actually an editor for Explore Tulsa at Envision Media Group. I've always been involved in film and video growing up. My dad, he's in film and video, so he had me do some acting and stuff like that whenever I was younger because he worked at Radio Disney, so I did some things there, and he actually created his own videos to teach kids how to play sports, and I acted in those for him too, called The Littlest Leaguers.
Like I have superhero powers.
I went to OU for film and video, and there I worked with the football team, shot all of their games and practices, and even for away games and bowl trips where we'd stay wherever the bowl game is for a week. This is a 2015 Honda Grom. It's a 125cc. I haven't really ever wanted a bike until I saw the Grom, and what attracted me to it was that it gets 136 miles to the gallon. Being a beginner rider, I thought Honda Grom would be perfect for me, and it's extremely easy to ride. It's a 4-speed, so it's like just a tiny motorcycle. My car is a 2008 Chevy Cobalt SS turbocharged. I've got a few things done to it. Weighs 2,900 pounds, but makes 330 wheel horsepower, so it moves. My brother and a few of my friends ride, and they live in Norman, and there's no way I was gonna ride my Grom all the way to Norman. It can't even go more than 70 miles an hour. But one day I was in my garage and trying to figure out, how I'm gonna get my Grom down there. I don't own a truck. I kind of had them parked next to each other, and I looked at just the right angle and saw that's pretty much the same size as the door. So I got out measuring tape, measured it up, and sure enough, I thought it could work, and it did. To get the Grom in the car, you have to take out the passenger seat, which is just held in by 2 bolts and slides into place, and the back seat, which really is just snapped in. And then on the Grom, had to remove the rear fender, the mirrors, and just loosen the handlebars to push them down so they'll clear the roof of the car. And then it's just me and a friend putting it in. The first time I put it in, I was really surprised. I didn't think it was gonna work. My friend didn't think it was gonna work. We were shocked. And also, spots in the floorboard to put the tie downs are in like perfect location. It was like it was supposed to be there. Well, I did something kind of funny and weird, so naturally I took pictures of it and posted it onto a social media website that's for like car enthusiasts called Car Throttle. It got kind of popular on there. Then the next morning I woke up, got on Facebook, and 1320 shared it on their Facebook page. 1320 is a really big YouTube page for car enthusiasts. They do a bunch of drag racing and street racing and just show a bunch of pretty crazy cars making 2,000 horsepower. And so it was really surprising to be noticed by them. Whenever I saw that it was on 1320, I couldn't believe it. Next thing I knew, you know, it had 40,000 likes and thousands of comments and thousands of shares, and I actually was contacted by a motorcycle shop that asked if they could use the picture on their website, and of course, I let them. It's one of those things that I think a lot of things that kind of get popular on the internet, you just do it, it's funny or different, and then you post it on the internet to share and don't expect anything of it. The next day, it was all over the place. I like to think of myself as someone who's creative, so I take what I do for work and actually do it on the side for fun, shooting friends' cars that have been modified or just cars that have been modified. And I love doing what I do, coming to work every day and getting to be creative, and I just enjoy it and hope to do it for the rest of my life.
Stevie 3 is one of our best editors and photographers. You must be pretty proud of your son.
That kid, he's always been sticking stuff in places that don't belong. When he was like 2.5, he stuck a Nerf ball up his nose. I should have seen this coming.
Maybe you should have shot for his toys at Learning Express Toys.
Well, it's never too late, so why don't we meet Charlie Darrow next to learn what are the best toys for 2016 when we return with more Explore Tulsa.
I want to get a new TV. There's like 1,000 different brands, all with different features. I wish I could make sense of it all. What do you think is best?
You should go to Video Revolution. Their experts will tell you everything you need to know. They carry the latest LED and 4K TVs and will even install it and set it up for you too.
She's right. You wouldn't talk to anyone but your dentist about your bicuspid. So when it comes to home entertainment, only trust the experts at Video Revolution, located on the northwest corner of 71st and Lewis.
Send me some love.
Look at us. We woke up one morning with every song that ever mattered to anyone. So now what? Music's meant to be heard, out loud, where your life happens, where you dance, where you love, and where you live. When everyone has every song ever written, what matters most is how you listen.
Come hear for yourself at Video Revolution.
Hello, I'm Derek Toninato with the Tulsa Junior Oilers Youth Hockey Program, and you are watching Explore Tulsa.
Hey there, it's great to see you still with us for more Explore Tulsa.
Wow, you are certainly pretty happy today, Stevie.
Yeah, I got to spend some time with the newest member of our family last night, my 7-month-old grandson.
Oh, did you get him a Buzz Lightyear for Christmas?
I sure did. This is my favorite time, too, to buy kids toys because they just have to make some noise, flashy lights, and they're in heaven.
Well, it's also a good idea for the kids to have fun toys that also help them learn.
You can do that?
Yes, and Charlie at Learning Express Toys has everything you need.
You know, I love watching them have fun. My favorite thing is when kids come in the door and they just have this for the first time, you know, and they have this look on their face like, whoa, because there's toys all the way up to the ceiling and, you know, just everywhere.
We
we were going on a family vacation and we were going to fly out of Dallas. So I actually, on our way to Disney World, we stopped at the Learning Express in Dallas and had my kids go in just to see what they thought of it, and they just instantly loved it. After I had kids, I really started, thinking differently about the toys or gifts that I was purchasing for kids. I didn't necessarily just always want to buy the plastic character type toys, and so I really started thinking about doing a specialty and educational toy store about 6 or 7 years ago, and it just took me a while to really, take the leap and find the right fit. I found Learning Express, and there's about 130 stores across the country, but everyone's locally owned and operated, so it was just kind of like the perfect fit for what I was looking for. I visited the store in Dallas, and then I had a friend visit a store in Omaha, Nebraska, and then over the course of time in researching the company, I visited several other stores and have been to the home office, which is based out of Boston. Personally, I love toys that are really fun, but they're educational at the same time. Whether the kid, realizes that they're actually learning something from it or not is usually the trick of where people are a little confused with how it's an educational toy. But all of the items that we carry have an educational base to them, whether it's gross motor skills, fine motor skills, hand and eye coordination. There's a wide array of things that kids can learn from toys, as well as the pretend play and the imaginative play as well. There's a lot of throwback toys right now that are really popular, things that we all had when we were kids. The pogo hop there, spirographs, Rubik's cubes, fashion plates, and all sorts of things that are coming back. It's really fun now to see the parents and grandparents coming in to shop and think, oh my gosh, I loved this when I was a kid. I have to get it for my kids so they, can feel like have the same play experience I had when I was a kid. From infant all the way up to probably 14, I would say, is where they maybe start losing interest and go more the way of the video games and the iPads and iPhones and things like that. We do have a program called the Birthday Box program, and it's really neat. The kids get to come in and make a wish list a few weeks before their birthday. So they get to go through the whole store, and they have an actual box that they get to pick out all the things that they would love to have and put them in the box, and then they can tell friends and family about it, and they can come in and shop right out of their box. So they could say, I'm shopping for Sarah, and we get Sarah's box down, and they know that those items are something that she picked out, she wants, she doesn't already have, mom approves, and they won't have to return it for getting duplicates. We do free gift wrapping, we do the birthday box program. So, there's just lots of different services that we offer. But one of the things I love about owning this store is we do a lot of events. I love planning events and kid birthday parties and all of that super fun stuff for kids. So every month we have events on our calendar, story times and crafts and parties and different things that we offer. But our grand opening, we had princesses and minions and face painting and snow cones and balloon artists and all sorts of stuff. So it was really just a big party. And as you can see in the store, there are things out to play with and ride on, and you'll always see somebody jumping on a pogo stick or riding a car through the store. So it's just always a really fun and exciting environment.
There's so much stuff to play with, I can't wait to go back.
If you'd like to see how much fun learning toys can be for yourself, visit learningexpress.com to find more.
Now, seeing all of those great toys reminds me that not all kids in Tulsa get to enjoy having that kind of fun.
No, for thousands of families, just having diapers and formula can be a challenge.
But our next stop is doing all kinds of wonderful things to help those kids as well.
And we'll find out how you too can make a difference with the Emergency Infant Services when Explore Tulsa continues.
Have you outgrown your home entertainment system? Then it's time to step up with Video Revolution and Sony for the ultimate 4K home theater experience. Size does matter when it comes to the quality and enjoyment that you get from a home entertainment system. Engineered by the experts at Video Revolution on the northwest corner of 71st and Lewis.
Hey, it's Stevie from Explore Tulsa with my friend and optometrist for many years, Dr. Robert Zellner. Tell everybody why it's so good to come in to see you.
Well, that's a great question. Let's see, we've got 2 great locations. We try to stay cutting edge at every point along the way because let's face it, everybody wants to come in and get taken care of in a timely fashion and get the latest, greatest stuff and save some money and get on with their life and see clearly.
And if you don't believe it, look on the website.
Absolutely, drzellner.com. You can find that we have our 2 locations at 69th and Memorial and 3030 South Harvard, or you can give us a call at 749-2020 or 461-2020.
And I got 4 kids, and I gotta tell you, as a big family like that, it's affordable too.
Oh yes, and of course, the number one reason, you save some money. I mean, with our 2-pair specials, with our different unique packages that we put together, I mean, you can come in here and your money can go a lot farther than anywhere else.
And that's why with Dr. Robert Zellner and Associates, seeing is believing.
Oh, I like that, Stevie. Well done.
Hi, I'm Bruce Johnson, General Manager of Main Event Entertainment in Tulsa, and you're watching Explore Tulsa.
Hello, it's really wonderful to have you still with us. You know, we go all over Explore Tulsa, witnessing the Tulsa growth each and every week.
And as exciting as it is to see all of our progress, there are families that could really still use our help.
And these families are Tulsans that, for one reason or another, have come on hard times and forget about toys for their kids at the holidays.
That's right. These kids just need food and diapers.
And since 1977, the Emergency Infant Services of Tulsa has been addressing those needs.
It costs $300,000 to raise a kid from 0 to 18, and that's not including any private schools or any college tuition. And so a large part of that has to be in the first 5 years. And there's a gap in services for people that may not have the means or may not have a job that pays well enough to be able to cover the cost of diapers. And they're on formula the first year of their life, and then diapers the first 3 years. And so if they have more than 1 kid in the house, it can be taxing on any income. Emergency Infant Services started as a volunteer project at a Second Presbyterian Church when it was in existence 39 years ago. And there was a need, there was a gap in services for parents after having a baby. They're not used to be paid maternity leave back 39 years ago. And so they created an organization ran by volunteers at that time, and we became a nonprofit in January of 1977 and still have the same mission that we started with 39 years ago, providing basic services for people who have children newborn through 5 years of age.
Many of our clients don't have the basic needs. They come in here without even a bed for them to sleep on, let alone their baby. So do I think the needs are higher? Yes, I think we are growing. There's a real divide in probably the population right now. It's very difficult for people to get by or on $10 an hour, and that's what many of our clients have. That's what they're earning or less.
Tulsa is very philanthropic, and we live in a great city for that. I think what's surprising is that how many people in our community also are on the other end of that spectrum. And so we serve 17,000 kids, which is about 38% of the federal poverty guideline for people having children newborn through 5 years of age. 98% of our clientele are what we consider the working poor. So they have jobs and they're just having trouble making ends meet. And so we try to alleviate the barriers to getting service. And so they have to have a child newborn through 5 years of age. They just have to show a picture ID and then also proof of their child's birth. So either WIC paperwork or a birth certificate, and then they sign up, and then we help with basic needs. So formula, food, diapers, clothing like you're seeing here behind me, and cribs and car seats is what we help with. We also, they meet with a volunteer interviewer, and the volunteer interviewer sees if there's more long-term sustainable needs that we can maybe give them a referral to kind of help them after they come and see us.
Well, I have several stories, but I suppose the one that was the most meaningful to me was a young couple came in. They had a baby about 5 months old, and they were very interested in this baby. So I was taking information about them, and as I talked to them, the baby began to cry. Cried and just got louder and louder. So I said to the father, I wonder if the baby is hungry. And he said, "Oh, yes. He hasn't eaten for 2 days." He said, "We've walked here," and they had walked about 5 miles to get to emergency infant services with this child that had not eaten. So immediately we got something for the baby. We helped them with everything they needed, and I suppose that's probably one of the most meaningful.
I couldn't imagine a child going without, food or clothing, and so it's an easy mission to get behind, and we're a volunteer-driven organization. I only have 15 employees, so we have 95 active volunteers that kind of help us do what we do each day. So it's a very infectious, it's very worthwhile in what we do, and you leave at the end of the day knowing that you've made a difference even with one child, and it makes you feel good.
Tom and his staff are doing amazing things for Tulsa families.
And you too can be a part of the solution by visiting emergencyinfantservices.org to find out all the different ways that you can help and donate.
Man, and those diapers are like gold, too.
One baby can use almost 300 diapers a month.
I had 2 in diapers at the same time. Boy, was I glad when they got potty trained. It was like I got a huge raise at work.
That's good to know. Only have 1 kid at a time. Stick around. There's more Explore Tulsa just ahead.
Hi, Dr. Robert Zellner here. For over 20 years, I've offered affordable, convenient eye care in Tulsa. Right now, you can get 1 pair of glasses or contact lenses starting at just $99, or my 2-pair deal for $129. Hey, and as always, the eye exam's included. Walk-ins are always welcome. Glasses are ready in about an hour. Plus, we have over 2,000 frames to choose from. We're open 7 days a week. Come see why we're voted Tulsa's best. And our drive-thru at 69th and Memorial makes pickup simple and easy. For the best eye care value in Tulsa, Dr. Robert Zellner and Associates.
Hi, I'm Robin Porter, owner of Sweetie Pies, and you're watching Explore Tulsa.
Be sure and join us next week when we meet local performers Alaska and Maddie, who you probably saw on The Voice.
Special thanks to JP Hewitt for giving us some great ideas for outdoor fun at the Gadget Company.
Well, thanks too to my namesake, Stevie Fernandez III, for sharing his internet fame with us. And thanks to Charlie Darrow for playing with us at Learning Express Toys.
Also thanks to Tom Taylor and his staff for all the great work they do for families in Tulsa at the Emergency Infant Services.
Remember, if you miss any of the show, you can always catch us at exploretulsa.com.
As always, each week we feature the people, places, and attractions that make us proud to call Tulsa our home.
Hey, don't forget to like us on Facebook and share with us someone you think Tulsa should know more about.
Plus, remember, Explore Tulsa is brought to you by Video Revolution, located on the northwest corner of 71st and Lewis.
Stop by, say hello to Ron and all the guys for your home entertainment needs.
And Explore Tulsa is also proudly brought to you by Dr. Robert Zollner and Associates.
Home of the 2-pair deal starting at just $99 with 2 locations, 3030 South Harvard and 69th and Memorial.
Well, that's all the time we have for you on this week's show, but we'll see you next week right here on Explore Tulsa.